Hello, all, and welcome to yet another session of English in Everyday Life. Well, today we are going to see what are the important aspects of learning English, the target points that need to be focused for learning or teaching English. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the most important target points or parameters based on which one has to teach English or learn English would be vocabulary, fluency, grammar, and accent. Now, which of these are the most important ones to be focused upon? That question can be quite tricky, I would say, because it entirely depends upon the teacher's discretion based upon the student's level, the student's requirement, and grasping capabilities. Now, you have to trust your teacher. If you're a good student, then you have to introspect, look into yourself to understand what is more important to you. If you are learning spoken English for professional reasons, then what is it that is more important to your profession? Is it the accent? Is it the grammar, the fluency, or just expressing yourself? So, depending on these things, you have to understand what you have to focus upon. I feel that a teacher should know every student personally so that she can give the best tips for learning English. Now, as a student, you should be able to understand what is important to you. If it is just fluency, if your teacher tells you that you can ignore the grammatical aspects and work on your fluency, please do so. Trust your teacher. A good teacher would definitely know how to guide and when to shift the focus. After a while, your teacher may tell you that now you need to focus on the grammar or maybe the accent. So please trust your teacher and go with the flow and her advice. That would be my personal advice to all the students. Now, for you, if you are very particular about the accent, we are also going to give out tips on how to pronounce each word in our upcoming videos. So you can go through those videos and try to understand how a few words need to be pronounced. The best way of learning pronunciation or accent is to watch as many English channels as possible, news channels ideally, which come out with neutral pronunciations. The interesting aspect of spoken English, I would say, is that it gives you the leverage of not being perfect with the grammar. Well, that may sound a bit weird and maybe quite debatable, but then personally, I feel that a little bit of grammatical liberty is given to people who learn English in the spoken form. Well, so that is the liberty you have. But when it comes to vocabulary, a lot of people think that accumulating vocabulary, high-fi vocabulary from everywhere and using it in your everyday life is something that is very important to, have that finesse in the language. But for me personally, I would say if you have vocabulary enough to express yourself and if you're able to use your words with ease when you speak, I think that is more than enough for any spoken English student. All those high-fi vocabulary would be required for written English. They are kind of ornamental to your written stuff. But as far as spoken English is concerned, the simpler, the better, I think personally. So that would be my tip for all those spoken English learners. Fine. And as far as the fluency is concerned, how do we work on our fluency? That's the biggest problem, I think, the challenge that everybody faces. Now, this needs to be really worked upon, and I think you really have to take in efforts to improve your fluency. Ideally, I would suggest you to go for a personal trainer who can give you enough time to work on your fluency, where you're allowed to speak at least for 10 to 15 minutes in a session, because these days you're also getting personalized trainers. Online training is very much in. Apart from that, if you're still in a probably classroom session, then I would say it is better that you practice English everywhere, in your family, in your workplace, even if your other colleagues and your family members aren't really speaking Try to do that. It may look a little awkward, but then I think you need to put up with that as long as you are perfect with your fluency. Fine. So these are the tips that I would give you for working on spoken English or spoken English skills. We will of course come up with videos which in different scenarios in life where you have to really use English and the ease with which you need to use different words. So with that we sign off. Please do subscribe to our channel, like our channel, and do not forget to leave your comments in the comment section because it is very important for us to understand what you think about the videos and what more you need out of us so that we can cater to your needs. Thank you and stay tuned.